What's the deal, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. We got another banger for y'all today. So look, we got a female cop gets caught seducing inmates. All right, about to run this up one time for the one time. This was brought to us by Dr. Insanity. Make sure to go check them out. Go run their page up. They just hit what, 400,000, 405. Go run them up to 410, man. Anyways, let's get into this video. See what they got to talk about, man. Y'all know I like doing these cop videos, and I actually got this one in the comments because I just reacted to the cops trying to seduce females video, and so now we got kind of like the inverse of that, where we have a female cop now trying to seduce inmates. So let's see what happens.
Charlene O'Banion, a prison officer being accused of sleeping with an inmate.
You felt me, I was like soaking through my clothes.
After hearing rumors from sleeping with an inmate.
You felt me, I was like soaking through my clothes.
After hearing rumors from other officers that had seen her and Jason Parker together, an investigation was opened up. Charlene thinks she flew under the radar and got away, but what she doesn't know is that the detectives have all the evidence they need, and they're about to expose and embarrass her in the most brutal way possible.
You got a lot of that head game. Oh my God.
Right from the start, Charlene plays innocent and pretends she doesn't know anything about the allegations.
We're notified of a possible improper relationship between you and Jacob Parker. So we're here for that. I just kind of wanted to talk to you about it and get your side of that story.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that?
No.
Not at all?
Charlene is
I ain't even gonna lie, that no already took too long. It's already a wrap. That was like a little too. I was like 25 milliseconds, a little bit too late. Why'd you even have to think about that? Like, that's an inmate. That should be an easy, like, nah, what are you talking about? Why would I be on the phone with the inmate and I'm a correctional officer? I work at the jail. Why would I be on the phone with the inmate? Like, what are you talking about? That should be the quickest no. That shouldn't even have to be a thought where you gotta even go into your head and think about that at all.
sure that this will work, but the detectives have much more evidence than they're letting on.
And where would you think that this allegation would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up.
Would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Bro, I went to high school with a dude named Justin Coker, bro. And that's, come on, dog. You can't tell me that's going to be a common name, bro. I went to high school with Justin Coker, bro. Where is this at? What city is this in, man? I'm about to go on Facebook, bro. I'm about to go on Facebook after this, dog. I literally went to high school with a Justin Coker. Do I think that's the same person? I don't know. I don't think it's probably him, but, like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Coker.
Okay.
He got out of here for I don't know what period of time, and he tried to contact me on Facebook. He sent me a message, and I blocked him on Facebook. And I guess one time Parker was going back to Pequot to use the bathroom, and he was talking like at the window with me. Mm-hmm. And I guess Coker like didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything. And Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her or something crazy like that.
So I'm just not trying to be rude here. I'm just, Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago.
Charlene claims that the only time she's had
That is a great question. Let's find out more.
contact with Jason was a single time outside the jail bathroom, and it was a jealous inmate that started the rumor. But the detective is about to share some evidence that instantly proves that Charlene is hiding something.
I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from, but I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls, and there's jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded. So I don't think you're being completely truthful. Well, I kind of know that you're not, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you. So can you kind of tell me what's going on?
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. I didn't, like, it wasn't anything like that. And
Apparently, Charlene and Jason knew each other before prison and messed around before they both ended up here. This led to them joking around with each other here, but nothing else. Or at least, that's what she claims. In reality, the cops have recorded phone calls from inside the prison that tell a completely different story.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone. I thought
No,
you were
I just
talking
mean
about phone.
conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual?
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take...
See, okay, because I was thinking this in my head, and I was like, I don't know about this. Because what if she just claims, right? If assuming that she's not incriminating herself with what she's saying on the actual phone call, but just being like sexy and playful in the conversation, I don't necessarily know for sure, but I don't think it's a crime to like flirt. You know, I think you probably get fired from your job, but I don't think it's necessarily like a crime potentially just to have phone sex. Like, you might get a lesser punishment than to find out that you're at the jail with an inmate while you are working as a police officer and having sex on the job. I think that's completely different than if they were to just be on the phone having phone sex. Still bad, but I don't think it's as bad.
Sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point, is what I gather from these calls.
No, that was like in the world, but we never dated. We just.
Okay. What kind of conversations have you had with him since you started working here and he's been in the jail?
Just talking about what would happen after he got out.
And then the jail call recordings, have you been talking to him like while you're at home? Like he calls you from the jail while you're at home, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Just 50.
What kind of stupid old dog? People that's never ever been to jail, people that don't know anybody who's been to jail, people that's never even had to deal with like incoming jail calls coming from the phone or having to take jail calls from the phone. Even people who's never experienced none of that know that all jail calls are recorded and tracked. So why would you have them call your house number or phone number where you live at, knowing that you got co-workers monitoring these phone calls? You got like, what is it's linked to your, probably to your whole the phone number's linked to you, to where you live, to your house, to your address that you put on your employment paperwork. That's on your ID probably. like what are you doing? That is pure idiocy right there.
15 minutes into this interrogation, Charlene's original story is seeming less and less like the truth.
Yeah, her
She's
shit is
been caught
unraveling.
in multiple lies, admitted to having sexual relations with Jason in the past, and calling him regularly from her own home. This is highly irregular behavior for a prison officer, and it doesn't take a genius to realize something deeper may be going on. But the detective has some more questions pertaining to some more physical evidence.
I haven't listened to this, but apparently there may be some talk in the calls about like photographs. Have you given him any photographs?
Mm-mm. I gave him a photograph of his mom, which he had asked for, and of his dog, Jax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you given him any photographs of you?
Mm-mm. No, because...
So one of the things we're going to be doing is like looking at cameras and stuff too. Has there been any times where y'all were alone?
Mm-mm.
Or you go out of camera view or anything like that? Anything that's going to look suspicious that way?
I don't think so.
It's important to remember that Charlene has worked at this prison for a while now.
I don't
and
think
as
so.
such will know all the ins and outs of everything such as security camera blind spots and patrol officer.
Man, if you gonna lie, you gotta at least stand on it. Like, stand on business. If you gonna lie, stand on it. Don't do like a little weird halfway. Like, if you gonna lie all the way and be confident. Otherwise, just tell the truth. Cause now you just playing games like a little child now. Like just either all the way lie or tell the truth.
Their schedules.
Like, come on.
You'd think that with all this knowledge, it'd be easy to hide a relationship with an inmate. But it seems that she forgot about a few vital pieces of information. Not least the facts that all phone calls placed from the prison are recorded. But thanks to the detectives, she's about to be reminded of this fact in a devastating way.
Hey, baby.
Go back.
Baby, guess what?
What, babe?
I just won the blackjack game.
Yay.
I just won $30.
I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. I was trying to make you think I have all these secret things.
Yeah, I bet you do.
What?
Oh, she got some secrets, all right. And they coming out. They coming out right now. Oh, yeah. The expose is in full expose mode.
What?
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. You probably got this weird sex swing hanging from the ceiling. Kenneth probably thinks it's a swing set.
Oh, if I had that sex swing, you better believe I'd leave that sucker up for you.
Would you really?
Hell yeah.
You'd let me put you in it?
Yeah.
With a gag bar and everything?
Yeah, babe.
Listening to your own voice can be bad enough for some people, but listening to your own sexual phone calls in silence with two detectives in the room as you realize you've just been caught red-handed has got to be worse than any prison sentence there is. However, with the...
she's melting, bro. Dog. She is literally she is obliterating. She is imploding, bro. She doing way more than dying on the inside, dog. That's crazy.
The language they've used so far, there's no evidence that the pair have actually engaged in any sexual acts.
That's what I was saying.
That changes quickly as Jason begins to directly incriminate Charlene on the call.
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a live ass fucking head game. Oh my god.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like just going back and thinking about that.
It gets you horny?
Oh yeah. When you felt me, I was like soaking through my clothes. I get very horny very easy. I always want to have sex.
Good.
Like that's not even.
Not good.
I mean, I feel like I just like look at someone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. No, like of course, like I only get horny for you.
You can't see how that sounds from like my point of view, like a more recent thing than 3 years ago. No.
The audacity she had.
Yo, that no was so just. She can't even. She could probably get by this and just be like, on some like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That was before he got even locked up here. Because we already knew each other. We just still talk about that sometimes. But she can't even stand on the lie. It's all bad. Bro, and she got to be down bad to, like, be in love with a dude that's in jail and locked up. The only way you can talk to the nigga is at work. The only way you can talk to this nigga is if you at work or if this nigga called from the jail file. While you outside in real life. You know how down bad you got to be for that.
Has to say no after hearing that phone call is truly remarkable. But to her credit, she's not going down easily. The detectives try asking her if she thinks Jason would cover for her, and she still doesn't break, sticking to her story that everything that happened outside of prison. Technically, this story could still be true with this phone call, but it definitely is odd for the couple to be recounting events from over 3 years ago in such detail, especially when earlier she struggled to remember any details about their relationship.
Facts.
You talk about how profound this was, like just giving him this blowjob was, but you like don't remember anything about it. It's like telling me something, but you're having trouble coming up with details about it. You know what I mean? Like if it's that
I
profound.
mean, I gave him a blowjob. How do you describe blowjob? I mean, is that
Well,
what
I'm
you
not
want
want to
me
know
do?
like about the blowjob. I'm just
Yeah.
so if this is a
He just said
factual thing that happened 3 years ago, I feel like you would kind of remember some stuff about it. Like I feel
Yeah, I
like,
mean, like we sat in the car, we, you know.
like when I asked you who was there, him of course, like when y'all met or whatever, and then when I asked like who else, you said it was like a bunch of friends,
Yeah.
but like you can remember one
I mean, I
chick's
was with
name
my
after
friend
you
Chris.
think.
If she was smart, she wouldn't say anything. She is not required to give the details about the step-by-step of how that situation from 3 years ago allegedly happened. Because as every detail comes out, right, that she gives, and then every detail comes out that he gives, it's gonna eventually show that this never really happened. This is all a lie. So now we gotta really get back to the truth, and see what's really going on. So now you gotta create another lie on top of that one. So now it's just gonna be worse. It's a very bad slope. She shouldn't say anything about friends, cars, here, club, where we met, this, that, nighttime, daytime, nothing.
Think about
she
it
was
for 30
smart.
seconds. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's not making sense to me.
You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in the blowjob from 3 years ago. Find that hard to believe. Okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yeah.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that.
Just as the detectives say, things really aren't adding up. Yet she's still sticking to her story. Or at least she was, before a switch flipped and she said this.
I mean, what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in the back part of you.
In back part of B quad? Okay. How long
In
ago
B
was that?
quad.
Uh,
Over here giving blowies in B quad. Look at you. Just look at you, man. Over here giving B's in the B quad, man. That's crazy.
2 months ago.
The secret's out, and Charlene has confessed. But this matter is more complex than it may seem. In cases of officer-inmate relations, the main question that arises is the issue of consent.
Facts.
Given that Jason and Charlene knew each other prior to being in prison, it's not wrong to assume that consent went both ways in this interaction. However, in these cases, that's actually completely irrelevant.
Yep.
According to a 2005 report, federal law criminalizes all sexual relations and contact between prison staff and inmates, and that all sexual relations between staff and inmates are considered abuse, even if the act would have been considered consensual if it occurred outside of a prison. This is because of the
Now, although nobody's looking at this dude as a victim, right? Not a single person is. The reason that is a law, if you don't know, is obviously because if this was in reverse and it was a male officer and a female inmate, you could easily see how that could be looked at in a very, 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 very negative, in a very different, in a very bad way. And so to keep the playing field fair, obviously it has to work both ways.
The huge amount of inmate abuse that was observed in prisons. In 1996, it was estimated that between 12 and 14% of all prison inmates had been sexually assaulted, and the officers were rarely punished. So to prevent this, a zero-tolerance policy was introduced to try and prevent abuse towards inmates. A policy, it seems, that Charlene completely ignored.
I'm gonna ask, but I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
So that's not really up
Man,
to
you
me.
might go to jail.
Internal Affairs is aware. Investigation
about
is
the
separate
wrong
from
thing.
ours because it's two totally different things. So
Yeah. What kind of charges would, like,
so it's illegal to have sexual contact with an inmate as an employee. So I said the ball kind of be in their court, but I'll let you know as soon as I hear something.
I mean, should I go to jail?
That's up to the DA's office.
As it turns out, Charlene would lose her job, and the only time she'd ever be allowed back in jail would be for the 100 days that she'd be made to serve after being found guilty of sexual activity with a person in custody.
Boy, is it worth it? She done did all that to have sexual relations with a dude who's in jail only to end up in jail. Now y'all gonna be sending letters back and forth to the jails. Y'all gonna be calling each other on the jail phones. leaving voice messages. Holy shit. Wow. And because she lost her job and she was in jail for 100 days, which means hopefully she got a cool landlord because she might get evicted from her place. She might get evicted from her apartment or her house. All that, man. That's wild. Anyways, female cop caught seducing inmates. Y'all let me know how you feel about the video, man. Get at me in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, get at me on the socials. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Remember to keep it real, real is rare, and real always reaches everyone. Next time. Peace.